Welcome everybody to this video, and today I'm going to talk about something important. I'm going to talk about surrender, which is actually the core of spirituality. It is one of the most important aspects of spirituality, and let's just get right into it. So there are two aspects of surrender, and this is all written nowhere. I think there are two aspects of surrender. The first is external and the second is internal. And I have some notes which I made so I could share in the video. So the first thing you want to remember is whatever happens in the now is perfect and it's divine. It is the manifestation of source itself, so nothing can ever be wrong. Okay, and I'll give you some tricks and tips to live by that, to live by this truth. Okay, so on the external level, if a bad situation happens, okay, so a bad situation occurs and you're sad and you think that this situation wasn't meant to be, it should not have happened, or why is the universe making you suffer? But it is not like that. You have to change your perspective. So everything is actually meant to be. Okay, nothing is ever out of its place. Everything is perfect, and it's actually tailor-made for you. Every experience that you have in your life is actually tailor-made for you. Every suffering that you have is actually meant for your consciousness to expand. So universe actually, it's like a video game. Universe actually drops these situations, right? Situations where you're stuck at and where you might suffer, so that you resolve them, you surrender to them, you stop judging them anymore, and then you let your consciousness expand. So this is the game the universe plays with you, or plays with us, plays with me too, right? So situations are meant to expand your consciousness. Nothing is against you, everything is happening for you. And that is the mindset that you wanna live by, that everything around you is actually happening for you. Everything around you, even the littlest things, is actually in your favor, right? So it's a pretty good mindset to have. And the second thing on the internal level is allow everything to be. Do not resist anything. So this is about thoughts. So you want to allow everything to be as it is, and you don't want to resist anything. If you find you resisting, just catch yourself. If you're trying to resist something, you have to check yourself internally if you're resisting things, or if you're resisting thoughts, if you're resisting your emotions. You want to keep checking those things, and don't try to resist anything. And if there's resistance, don't worry about that. Allow that resistance to be as well. Okay, so it is actually it will take time, but the only thing you want to remember is that you want to allow everything. Even if there's bad things happening inside your psyche, you want to allow them to. Even if you're trying to resist some situations, you want to allow that resistance to be there as well. You want to allow the resistance to be, right? So it's like letting go, and then letting go of letting go, and then letting go of letting go of letting go. You get what I mean? So if thoughts don't stop, and you are running inside your head, and the thoughts are running inside your head, don't try to stop them. A lot of times what we do is we try to put an end to the thoughts, but what you want to do instead is that take a step back and be the peaceful presence that you are, and just let all the thoughts happen. Don't be attached to them, don't be frustrated by the thoughts, just let them happen. Whatever's going on, just let it happen. One practice you can do is everything. Just remember that everything, even the sounds coming right now from outside, even the sensations you have in your body, and everything around your visual field, is actually meant to be, and it's all coming from the source itself. And if all of this is coming from God, then nothing can ever be wrong, right? Next time anything bad happens, remember that it is the source that is doing it for you. It is the source that is doing it for you to expand. So you just accept that situation. One thing I want to talk about is Bhakti Yoga. Okay, and this is the way to surrender yourself to awakening. So, what Bhakti Yoga is that you want to label everything as God, or everything as source, or everything as consciousness. And now you're going to say that, we don't want to label things, right? We actually don't want to label things, because that is actually, you're using your mind basically. But that's not the case. You want to label everything as source. So if a sound comes in, a situation happens, the sensation I have right now, you just want to know that it is actually God itself, or it is actually a manifestation of source. So anything that arises in your consciousness is actually manifestation of the divine, or of the source. And when you start labeling it, when you start looking at things from this perspective, what happens is, after a certain time, your mind will start to accept everything as it is, and then after a certain point, you won't need the labels anymore. Okay, you'll just understand. You'll see for yourself that it is actually a manifestation of the divine, and everything is actually perfect. So you won't need the labelings anymore. Yeah, so that is it for today's video and about surrender. I also had my hippie robe on, and yeah, peace.